Welcome to Raising Vibrations. You're Simon. Today, I want to share with you how to begin shifting your perspective to find clarity and direction. Now, the Promethean perspective is a completely different way of viewing the world. It doesn't have to be as complicated or overwhelming as it may sound. And what I want to share with you today is how to begin with that process. Now, in video 1, I shared with you why so many people are feeling lost and stuck at this time, and that a complete perspective shift is actually needed in order for us to move forward in these times of change with a sense of clarity and direction. So if you haven't watched that video, I do encourage you to go do that first. The first thing that I think we need to start off with is we need a sense of awareness of the bigger picture. We need to get perspective so that we can actually gain a sense of orientation, which I feel will give us the opportunity to begin processing these changes that are actually taking place for us. And that's what evolutionary astrology offers us. It gives us awareness of the arc of time, and it offers us reflection or a map of these changes that we're actually going through on an evolutionary level. And on an individual level that actually works the same way. It gives us the opportunity to look at what's actually taking place for us inside and how these changes are according to our own evolution. And how does that actually relate to the collective? How do we relate to the collective, and how do we fit into this whole process? Now, it's becoming apparently clear that when you study these changes from a bigger perspective, that there's a fundamental split that's actually occurring between the past and the future. Like, I want you to imagine the collective standing at the precipice between the old paradigm and an emerging new one. With that in mind, you can actually see very clearly why not only is it completely understandable, but actually to be expected that we are feeling lost and uncertain about the future. Our whole lives, we've actually been conditioned to live a life in a world that's going through a total transformation. We were never really prepared for this new reality shift. Most of us have actually been disconnected from our inner compass. I mean, we were taught from a young age to not trust the very thing that we actually need going forward. Like our ability to actually guide ourselves, our own sense of what is right and wrong, our discernment, our ability to actually navigate ourselves and actually make decisions for ourselves as individuals. We were taught to hand over, right, our trust to other people, and so disconnect from ourselves. So it started with believing our parents, our teachers, and people who are in positions of authority and expert in their fields, and even the governments. Right? They knew what was best for us as individuals. They knew what was the correct thing. So we were taught what to eat, how to eat, when to sleep, what to think, what to believe, and even what life is about. So what we would do is we would get an education, we'd get a job, and we'd become a valued member of society. And then we would define life and the successful life through the lens of, okay, I've got to get married, I have to have children, I've got to make more money, because more money equals more things, and that equals more happiness. And you can see that we can just go on with this list. But all of these messages are actually something part of the past. And if you find yourself actually not resonating with this anymore, that you're beginning to question this narrative, right? And you're noticing your values are actually shifting, and that you find yourself not actually seeing the meaning in that life anymore, well, then you're actually really where you should be, which is that you're standing at the precipice of change, and this new paradigm is actually awaiting you. You see, in the past, what we would do is we would direct ourselves from the outside in. We would define ourselves according to the social structures we actually existed within. But we're entering a new era of the Promethean perspective, and to be Promethean literally means to be creatively bold and defiantly original in our actions and our behaviors. And so what that means is that in order for us to have a sense of meaning and purpose and clarity and direction in these changes, we need to actually direct ourselves from the inside out and define our own lives. Your truth is your journey. And what that means is that you are your best authority. You are your best leader. The outside can merely reflect a truth that is felt, but your inner compass and how that feels is your only true guide in these times. So in our Awaken Your Inner Truth course, what I'm going to be doing is actually sharing a lot more information on how to actually navigate these inner and outer shifts. And I'll be showing you exactly what to expect going forward and how to maintain a sense of clarity and direction in these changes. So stay on the lookout for that, because I'm actually going to be revealing some more information in the next few days, okay? All right. Now, in the next video, what I'll be sharing with you is something that can help you tune into and recognize your inner compass, because that's literally going to be the key for us to navigate ourselves going forward. So stay tuned for that video, because in that video, what I will share with you will offer an incredible amount of healing and powering insights, okay? All right, everybody, thanks very much for listening to me, and I hope that you got a lot of value out of this video. In the next video, like I said, we'll be sharing more on how to actually tune in and recognize that inner compass. All right, everybody, thanks very much. Bye.